guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel Custom Viking. Today it's about this knife here from Shade, Indonesia, little Ronin. And we all know, guys, Ronin, that is a samurai without his master. So, and you can see when you look at this knife here, you can also see why it's called the Ronin. This is, what can I say, it has a good touch from samurai spirit over it. Really awesome knife. This normally come with 8.5 inch blade. I have had made this in 9/8 blade here, and this is Slipner steel, guys. So this is a pretty tough steel, and this is a beautiful knife. You can see how this is double pinned out there, and with the Mikata scales, and you have a double pin here with the guard. And look at this beautiful blade with this tenter point, how this is made. This is really a beautiful knife, and it's awesome. And it only weighs 530 grams, guys. That's something I'm really a fan of with this blade here. And you can see this curve here is really awesome. This is not sharpened up here. It has a good fat spine and a very thick tip there. So this should be a very strong knife, and I love this handle here. This is a long handle, and you can really, no matter how you grab this knife here, you really had a good hold onto it. And you know me, guys, I have a big hand but slim fingers, so I really like something who are not too big here in the handle, but I love a long handle, and you have a really good grip on this knife, no matter if you want to chop with it or hold it here and make some fine work. And they have the jimping up here. This is not too aggressive, so, and I really love how Shade do this with his almost all his handle. You can see the knife is going on here, and the handle is, what can you say, curve a little bit down, so you have some aesthetic look here. Up here things really look awesome, and you also fits good in hand. So, and the seat, I made this seat here. You can get this in Kydex or leather seat, but I want this to be in Kydex. It sits a little bit high, but that's nothing. You can, if you put your jacket over, as you see here, you can almost make this knife disappear. So you have a little thing go out here. So, but, and that's something also I think that is awesome, and it's really badass, guys. Beautiful Ronin knife, a little samurai spirit touch you got here. And let's put this knife out to the big test here today, guys. The last one I made, the Yakuza, I do a pretty okay test on that knife, but this knife here, I will give my full test on it. I will throw this as a spear and do some hard test to it, as I used to do with my knife. And this could be a very good, awesome hiking knife because of the size and weight. And that's something I really think that is awesome. This is a beautiful blade. So you can take a last look at it here, guys, before I begin to make a good hard review on this. So yes, as you can see here, guys, we have a fallen tree. So I try to chop this, what can I say, 2-3 inch lock here, and see how this knife performs. And let's go on, let's see it. This is a fast knife, guys. I can feel it in my hand when I swing it. It's really fast and nimble to move around. So that's something that is awesome. I really like the curve of it. So and they have some good chopping power for its size. Have some good bite to it. And now, see there guys, there's no problem to chop something like that. So that's awesome. Little Ronin. Guys, I really love with a type of knife like this. You shall always do this with caution, guys, when you tip test or use the tip for anything. But you can be in a situation where you need to pray bar something with your knife, and I love to have a knife who can hold up to it. So let's see there, guys. I don't know why I say guys a lot, but I do. Look at this. Try to take some good chunk up here, guys. There we go. As you can see now, I have prey bar a good amount of wood up here, and you can take a big chunk there, and let's see the tip. The tip are still straight as an arrow, and try to show you guys there. You can see the tip are still straight after this tip testing here, guys. That's awesome. How the balance of this knife is made, and let's take a drop from here and see how this knife falls, and it falls pretty straight, so you can see the balance of the knife is very good craftsmanship to get the good balance of it. And let's see if we can make a good baton stick here. Have some. I really like the weight of it, because if this knife here was what can you say, a little bit, maybe 100 and 200 grams heavier, it will be too much stock in the wood. But now you can make some really fine chops here, and make some, what can you say, not fine work, but a little bit easier work here with this knife. So now I think we almost are there. You see, that's really awesome. And now I got an okay grip here for some batoning. So let's see how it will master this. Can start out with something like this and see. Let's start to see how it goes with the chopping. You can see there, guys. It's really awesome, and it batons through with no problems. And I'm not worried for my baton sticks, because I have this good fat spine there, so that's awesome. Let's try again here. Have some good splitting power, and we can now try this way. This is harder for the knife. No worries, guys. See, it split. Awesome. Really awesome. And again, the way Shade have made this end there, you can say it's not a hammer end, but you can hammer on this with no worries, because this is so massive. So you can see there, you split wood with ease, no problem. And for the good sakes, let's see how you can make some fine curls there, guys. No problem. I really love the way the grind of this knife here because you have some really good control over it, and because this knife have a curve this way and you hold it like this, it is very easy to make feather sticks. So that's really easy, guys. That's awesome knife. Let me show you. You can see there some fine curls. That's a badass. It's a badass knife, guys. Let's see here, guys. You know me. Do I have to do this with a knife? No, I don't. But I like to check if the heat treatment are perfect. So let's see if we can find some good spot here to hammer this knife in and try to see if we can stand a little bit on the knife. And first, guys, I will stand on it quickly. Oh, it's slippery out here. I will stand on the knife quickly just to get a feeling of it. I cracked the wood. I really cracked the wood, so maybe it's too rotten here. Let's try again. See, I really want this to succeed, and let's try again and see if I'm afraid of the wood will crack, but I'll stand on it correctly, guys. See how this fleckness in this knife, this slapness steel here, this have an awesome fleckness to it. So I'll try to stand on it quickly, guys. Yes. Let's try one more time and see how this knife will hold up. And I stand on it for 1 second there, and let's now get it out, clean it up, and see if anything are bent or twisted. No, guys, this knife here is still straight as an arrow. And you saw I stand on it just for a second, guys. The heat treatment is awesome with this slapness steel here. And try to clean this end up here. You can see I really hammer on this end here with the lock, but there's nothing coming loose or crack or anything. This is a strongly built knife, guys. You can really take a knife like this for a hiking trip and survive with it. That's awesome. Yes, now you know it, guys. When you see something attached like this, you know what's going to happen. This is one of the most, what can I say, brutal tests I can do to find out the heat treatment. Because when you throw something like a spear, you have a lot more of weight and stress on the blade. So, but there's something I really like with a knife, and that's when you can hunt with it like this. That is really awesome. And you also now have a perfect weapon because you have a longer reach. So that's really awesome. So yes, let's try to see if you control this as a spear and the blade will hold up. So I'll start out with, I'm gonna say 6 or 7 meters here, guys, and see how the balance are in this spear here. Yes, that's awesome. And now let's see. Oh my God, there's nothing wrong with the blade at all. Let's try one more time, guys. That's really had some good bite to it. It's bite all the way to here. I will try to get a longer distance. Now I'm out for about 8 or 9 meters, guys, and let's see how it performs. Yes. That's really awesome. See there, guys, look at it. It's almost half of the blade. Let's go in. Try to imagine if this was a wild boar or something you want to hunt, and there's a long spear attachment there, guys. The weight of this knife is almost made to do things like that. And there's one thing more. You have a lanyard hold here, 2 attachment, and you can wiggle this around, and you can end here. You can go to and take a knot on the other side. But the way I do it, I always start up here and go back and forward again, and you can see I take the lanyard in between the wood and the knife, and I pull it straight down, and you have a really good tight attachment on, and it's easy to take out again. And there's something, if you want to play with something like this, you have to flatten this out. You can see I had here with the wood is flattened out, so you have this perfect attachment there, guys. And let's see how the blade hold up. I'm just talking now, guys. Let's see. Just maybe the blade can be twisted. You don't know. I'll try to clean it up first. This beautiful blade here, and there are nothing, guys. I will try if I can show you here. You can see, maybe turn you around a little bit. You can see there, guys, this knife is still straight, and maybe if I do this, you better can see it. I have a few knives who I have thrown as a spear, guys. Almost all of them bent here, not up here what you think, but here they're bent. So that's a big shout out to Shade Indonesia, and the way he treat his blade, guys. This man know what he is doing. That's awesome. Yes, here you have it, the testing of this little Ronin blade here from Shade Indonesia. That's really some awesome Blackman craftsmanship, guys. I can't impress myself hard enough. I'm really excited over this knife here, and I would say when I ordered this knife here, it was most because of I know the weight of it, and also I know I want this in some Sleipner steel because I want this to be extra tough, but I could never try to imagine in my head it will perform so well. The goddammit, the balance of it, guys, and this 9-inch blade here is really enough. Of course, when you talk about chopping power, this can chop all day long, guys, and is perfect to chop because you have this long handle here, and when you hold it back here, you can really have some good chopping ability. But when you talk about a knife who is, you can see it is a little bit, I'll not say back heavy, but the center of the blade is here, so it's a little bit here. So of course you have to chop a few more times, but that's nothing, guys, because remember, when the knife is light, it's also easier to chop with, and that's really something. And I've not shown you the sheet completely. This is how Shade make Kydex sheet, and you have a tag lock there, who is, you just put this button there and this perform. Okay, if there were one thing I maybe would have liked different with this sheet here, that was it could maybe have been a rivet here, but that is easy, guys, for me to do itself, or you can also do it yourself, because the retention of the knife you can hear the click, but it's not so. I think I should not do that so much, so it will come out. But I will put one here myself, and if I hold it here, you can now hear it have a whole different attachment to it. So so that's the only thing I have to complain over the sheet. I need a rivet here, maybe a screw who I can loosen and tighten, so I can still adjust how much I want this knife to be tight in the sheet. But again, guys, this is nothing. Look at it. Last time on this beautiful knife here with some what can you say, samurai spirit to it. That is really awesome. This blade here looks exactly like a katana sword. It's beautiful, and you got the logo there, and you can see Sleipner steel, so that's awesome. And again, guys, I have baton with this knife here now. I have thrown it as a spear, I have stand on it, and I have tip tested, and what can you say, I have chopped with it. There are nothing coming loose at the grip and the end, and you can see it's of course a full tank construction. The way he does this, and I have hammered this end here several times when I hammered in the stump, and there's nothing loose. This is a strong knife, guys, and light and fast, and you can really wheel this knife around. That's awesome. You can really play with it all day long, and that's something I really love with this knife here. I almost love the handle as much as the blade. This is now one of my top 5 knife, guys. I will really take this out with me for hiking trips, and I really love the look of it also. And it's light. Damn, it's light. I love it. And I will say, if you will have a knife like this, contact Shade Indonesia, and he can make a knife for you just exactly like this. You can also get it in 5160 steel if you want, or some other steel, but this Sleipner steel here, guys, you have seen the review now. I have really proven. And not just the steel, guys, it's not always about the steel, because you can have the best steel in the whole world, but if you don't have the good heat treatment, it's nothing worth. But this heat treatment here, you see when I stand on the knife, it's bent all the way to here, and it's flexed perfect up, and it is straight as an arrow. So that's a really tough knife, guys. Yes, I only have one thing more to say, guys, and that's don't go hiking. Go hiking!